Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Shemar Kakwadash. Double honors to our elders, apostles at GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to the brothers that are out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect. Little brother Yahshua back with another video lesson. All right. And we'll get right to the point. Revelation 13 and 16. Okay, this is pretty much the most important prophecy, because once you understand that we're at this point, which we are, and why, you'll see how close we are to the very end, all right? Now, and some people just don't get it. And if you can't get it, it's because the Most High is not letting you see it, all right? If he ain't letting you see it, then you might not be of the elect, all right? All right, it says, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so buy or sell goes into blockchain. Okay, all right, because that is how the new currency is going to be dealt with, blockchain, all right? Now, this says that there's going to be a mark put in your hand or in your forehead, which is talking about a microchip, all right? In your hand or in a brain chip, okay, if you will. Going into what? Blockchain. All right, so we're going to watch this video, and the whole video is good. It's like maybe 2 hours, I believe. And we're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to go into, and the things that I've been saying for years now, okay, meaning, all right, for example, okay, they're using the healthcare system to bring about this chip. This is the end-all, be-all, is the chip. Okay, how are they going to bring it in? They started by giving everybody the badge of dishonor. If you turn the word BAJ around, then you understand what that is. They want you to have 2 badges, and now they want you to have a 3rd badge. Okay? Now, once you get the badge of honor, you have to be able to prove that you have it. And how are they doing that? They're starting out with a card that indicates that I've had the 1st badge, I've had the 2nd badge, and there's room on there to say that you had the 3rd badge of dishonor. Okay, and it's a little card, and then they have some that are on your phone, you can access and show on your phone. And these things were designed to fail, right? To be able to be counterfeited. The card was designed to be able to be counterfeited. Why? Because it's a slow march to the chip. All right? So, to know what this guy is about to say, he's about to break it all the way down, because he knows about, the monetary system and blah, blah, blah. Well, this has to do with money. How do you buy and sell with money? All right, so they're going to phase the dollar and the coins out. They're going to make it about this chip. How are they going to do that? Through blockchain. That's what Bitcoin and all of these other blockchain currencies are about. It's about eventually winding up at this, the mark of the beast. Now, this guy, McAfee, right, who either is dead or is not dead, was giving up a whole bunch of information about blockchain and what the intentions of these people are. They're going to make their own blockchain currency, and they're going to make it proprietary and exclusive. They're going to do away with all the other ones, make you use their platforms, to which they'll have total control to be able to monitor everything that you're doing. Okay, so let's go to this. This brother, everybody's watching him now, rethinking the dollar. Okay, this was this today? 17 hours ago. All right. And it says fake health passes. All right. And then set up against alternative websites and non-compliance. Let's talk. Okay. So here's what we're looking for right here. Fake health passes, meaning I got the badge. I got badge 1 and 2, and I can prove it with this pass, which will allow me to go in and out of the stores and blah, blah, blah to prove that I have it. Now, these things, again, they started out with this paper or something that can be counterfeited so that they can say, oh, well, wait, they're counterfeiting them. Now we have to take it a step further. What is the step further? The chip. All right, now let's listen to this brother. We're starting. I'm going to start in at 3 minutes, and he's going to get to the point. I don't know how much we're going to hear of it, but let's find out.
Further, remove our freedoms from us and make it appear as if it's, the solutions that they're going to throw at us are what's best. And what article just caught my attention is what I pretty much, gave the thumbnail for. And it happens to be with the increase in the amount of fake health passes that circulate based upon the cards from those who have and have not participated. And of course, they threw out these little small rinky-dinky paper certificate things as proof of participation on purpose. Because as I've always said, the ultimate goal is to utilize the blockchain, which is what it was initially intended for by these perpetrators here. And
okay, so, and the ultimate goal, he said, is blockchain. What does that translate into? And this guy claims to be a Christian, right? He's not saying he's an Israelite and he doesn't know the truth. So he doesn't have 100% truth. 100% truth is the microchip. And he's not saying that, okay? But what he's saying alludes to the chip. Yes, blockchain. The end of blockchain is the chip. All right, let him talk.
This article here caught my attention. And then also over the past couple of days, somebody, a friend of mine who's in town from Puerto Rico, and of course he was flying Spirit, so he got stuck here in Michigan. But he was saying, hey, Mike, let me know if you're trying to travel, whatever. I got the guy who can get you the pass, who can get you the certificates. I'm thinking like, I'm like, man, I'm like you don't know what's going on, man. Like they're literally dependent upon people using fake passports, fake certificates, fake this, fake that, so they can come out with their solution because they're going to say it's what's best for us. But yet all along, they already have everything already set up. And here's an article I want to share real quick, which just highlighted a couple of things. And the very last sentence in this article here pretty much let you know more of their agenda here. But this is out of Euronews. So I got about 6 or 7 articles, share my 2 cents on them, share the news with you guys. And then we'll open up the face-to-face for those that are interested. As I mentioned, for those jumping in, if you want to join me face-to-face, the Discord link is the link to connect with me is in the Discord page. So it says fake COVID certificate sales rise as health passes become mandatory. So this is, of course, in the EU. But as I mentioned, I had a guy here who said he got the hookup for me if I wanted it. And so, give an idea here. It says the certificates becoming mandatory around the world. Some people are turning to social platforms, and look what they're trying to pinpoint this on: Telegram, to buy fake health passes at a cost of around $100. And so it says in just a few months, accounts selling Photoshop certificates that are
Telegram is a website that the Trumpers use.
Delivered via email have grown in number in Europe and around the world. It says they can Photoshop it and they can start selling it with appropriate information, yada, yada. Italy, as well as European countries, have introduced smartphone apps. And so, of course, that's another alternative. It says to verify, and that's the thing, like there's been articles that we've touched on in the past where it was a leak out of the UK about how they already had the UK Health Pass, I think, or whatever it's called, or whatever the name for it. They had it ready to roll in 2018. So it's just interesting how it's being thrown out as a suggestion right now. But to go on, it says, since the beginning of the pandemic, the popularity of these channels have increased. So they're highlighting Telegram because Telegram is probably one of the more decentralized, no outright single point of failure. And they're using this to shine some negative light on this. And this might be a channel, or somehow they're going to try to remove Telegram. So we'll see how that goes. And then also they're talking about the apps and papers. But the very last line here, it says here, and this is about crossing borders. And it says the border control authorities lack. Let me get rid of it. It says lack an international database, and so they're making this hint as if like this is something that they can use to help keep the fake QR codes and stuff like that from being utilized, as well as the fake certificates. So once again, once you hear the words or suggestion of an international database, that already lets us know that there's already one in play, i.e., just look up Operation Warp Speed. And so the 60-minute special that was done several months ago, I think it was last year, showed that there's an entire operation of the actual military with the Department of Defense and the Department of Justice are working together, collecting all this data. So, mind you, every single jab comes with a serial number on it, as well as the test that's submitted with your information. So there already is a database, but it's just entertaining to see how they're trying to put it out there as if like that's something that's needed, knowing damn well that's a part of the plan.
And this goes into Esau trying to be the Most High, be all-knowing, have every transaction, know what you bought, when you bought it, how much, da-da-da-da, to have total control. This devil wants to be the Most High.
Oh, one thing that came to mind when I saw this article here was that all along, we all know that all this is a setup. This is a big sham, and they're doing their best to try to pump as much fear out there. And to take it even worse, let me share another article with you that I just shared on the Twitter account, and it's about fear-mongering Fauci. That's what I call this guy. So this guy has the nerve to already have been caught up in a scandal with his email situation, showing that he knew about everything, lied about everything, and everything in between. But here is a article here that, once again, is another setup for the worst, which they're going to try to throw at us. And so here's an article here I just shared on Twitter. It says, Fauci, fear-mongering Fauci fears a variant worse than Delta could be coming. And so here's the thing. This is where people have lost their ability to rationally think about how viruses operate, how even the flu season operates. How can we just have been introduced to a variant, which is, if you look at the video with Dr. David E. Martin, it was released on July 9th on Rumble, he tells you that there's about 70 or so variations that are all just readjusted genome sequences that they patented. So we can literally see 50, 60, 70 different variations within this decade. But yet each one will get worse because they're going to definitely clamp down even more. But how can we have just been introduced to Delta, what was it, 30 days ago, or give or take, and already this guy's out here being quoted talking about the worst is yet to come. And just to piggyback on that video from earlier I was talking about, I advise everybody who have not seen it, go check out that video. And whether you are a skeptic or whether you are a person that have bought into a hook, line, and sink, once you see all those U.S. patent numbers that he just call off, and you go research it for yourself, you'll definitely understand, the game that they're trying to play on us right now. But yeah, could this possibly, the announcement of something worse, could this possibly be the flu bug that's going to hit naturally every flu season, give or take? And so it's just something worth thinking about here. So let me know what you guys think. And then I want to touch on earlier, this is the video, or this is the little image here that I talked about for those that may not have a chance to see it. I'm curious also to see what you think, what you guys think. But just this thing here from Brighton. So Brighton is like a social media platform that you have to apply to be accepted and stuff like that. So you can post videos, share videos. So I applied to join the platform, but I never heard about it until today. But if you
now, why is this important? The incoming Delta lockdown is designed to invoke nationwide protests. Okay, now wait a minute. What is this about? This is about getting people fighting in the streets. Okay. He mentioned Rumble. Rumble is another website that the Trumpers go to pretty much formulate their next insurrection, basically, right? And they know, I mean, how did they foment the first one? 4chan and 8chan or whatever these websites that these people use. That's how they communicate with each other, and then so they shut those things down and outlaw them because of what they did. All they did was move to a different platform, and nobody got arrested. They got slaps on the wrist. Why? So that they can get here. Because all of this is planned. Okay? From the top down, meaning Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai going down to this devil, and this devil trying to implement his own situation for his own benefit, which is going to blow up in his face. All right. So let's watch a little bit more of this, and then we'll go ahead and get some precepts and close it out.
To this, it just talks about the setup ultimately, and the setup is the fact that there's a plan to push the lockdown narrative that's being engineered to invoke a backlash. They want people in the streets. So it's good to say this upcoming winter here in Michigan and in the northern hemisphere, people are not really probably likely to hit the streets just because of the weather. But down south, if there were states that decide to participate, which is not too likely, unless they try to, have a couple Republican states. I don't think Texas. I saw Abbott talk about today that he's not.
Congress has passed.
All right. When the information starts coming out, then they know to schedule a damn.
Shutting down again. He's not doing mask mandates again. He's not doing all that. But in Florida, I don't think will either. But we'll see. But anyway, the objective is to create enough backlash from the narrative of a lockdown to an actual lockdown, so that they can say, "Hey, people are going to be on the streets." And like I mentioned earlier, you better believe there's going to be some paid agents out there designed to cause chaos and hectic to cause chaos, and therefore they're going to call out the National Guard troops that's still in DC, I think.
They're going to call out the guard. The guard is going to be overwhelmed because of the familiarity. And quickly, right after they do away with the guard, they're going to bring out the UN. All right. So that's enough. You can see where this thing is going. And the guy is on point. All right. He doesn't have 100% truth because he didn't go to what it says in the scriptures. The scriptures are the all-out authority, and only the men of the Lord understand what is going on. So he's not at a level. He's not on a level. All right. So we got the mark, right? What does this say? All right. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads. And what happens if you get this? What are the pros and cons of getting it or not getting it? We'll just get a couple of scriptures. We'll go ahead and close out, because this is what it's all about. All right? And it's our job to show you that. All right, this is 19 and 20. Revelation 19 and 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, that's technology, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both, who is these? Them that had received the mark and them that worshipped his image, these both were cast alive into the lake of fire burning with brim. What is the lake of fire burning with brimstone? Okay. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceedeth out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. Okay. All right. This remnant is talking about those that didn't catch the burning. Okay. They were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceedeth out of his mouth, as Yahweh Shai. Okay. They were cut down with them lasers. You got the fire, which is nuclear fission, okay, which is going to melt the elements. Then you have these lasers, those that didn't get caught in that fire. Okay, so What is this lake of fire? Burning with brimstone? Let's get it. We'll go back to 11. And this is, let's get Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they, who is they? The 1/3 elect. They ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city. And the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. This remnant is the elect. They. Okay. But this is that lake burning with fire and brimstone. In the same hour was there a great earthquake. The missiles hit. The 10th part of the city fell in the great earthquake, were slain of men 7,000. Everybody died. They were clean dissolved. Okay? Let's get 20. This is Revelation 20 and 4. Right? And this is what happens if you don't take it. Then you're in this truth. Know in the name of the Most High. Have that thawah, the righteous mark. And I saw thrones, and they, this is Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with the Mashiach 1,000 years. Where there's that mark on your forehead or in your hands. Okay? This is the result of not taking it and doing the will of the Most High. All right? In truth and in sincerity. Let's get 16. So this could either be a good thing or a bad thing. It's good. If you take it, you're doomed. If you don't take it, you got a chance at salvation. This is Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So, hey, we're in the time that these angels are about to go out and pour out their wrath. Pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High. All right? And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. Could that vial be this test that they're about to do on the 11th of August when they flip on that 5G and that noisome, noisome, what is that? We need to look at this word. Noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. Is that them flipping on that 5G? And it reacting to, well, the mark. Well, we ain't even got to the mark yet. Okay? Because the mark is that chip. So we haven't got there yet. All right? Now, once again, this is a bad thing that comes with having that mark. Okay? This is Revelation 14 and what? 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Hey, taking that thing, all right, taking that mark, receiving that mark in your forehead or in your hand, is going to get you jacked up. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay? What is that? Well, we keep showing you. Here's the presence of the holy angels right here. Okay? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. That's the voice. That's the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. In the same hour was there a great earthquake. And they got their asses burned up because they had that mark. All right? Don't take the mark. This is the seal that you want. This is the mark that you want. This is Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their forehead. In their foreheads, okay? This is the seal or the mark that you want. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bahashem Kadash, and the 100% truth. All right? This is the one you don't want. This is Revelation 14:9. Did we already read this? We did. Okay. Let's read 11. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay? The mark. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments. Okay? Of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. All right? So that time is coming. All right? Where you're going to be forced to make a decision. This is Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, don't take it. What's the hour of temptation where they're going to force you to do that thing? Okay? And don't do it. This is Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay? All right, so don't take it. Die first. Get your head chopped off for the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right? And I saw thrones. Here's that head chopping thing. Be thou faithful until death. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their vision. Don't take it, or in their hands, and they lived 1,000 years and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. Don't take it. All right? Get your head chopped off first. You'll be all right. All right, so with that, we're in that time, brethren. Why? Because this is the major sign. This is a major sign. That charagma. All right? So with that, I hope that the elect were edified, and with that, we're going to say shalom.